Hello everyone. Some famous guy is with you. In this video, we will create a Telegram bot using the coolest asynchronous aiogram library, which allows you to create Telegram bots on Python easily and quickly. Let's create a bot that will view YouTube search results right in the Telegram, and the user will be able to share a link to any video with anyone, send a link to a friend, and so on. Plus, the bot will have a chatbot function and you can communicate with it. Let's start with the implementation, and we will do it in the most detailed and correct way. So don't forget to subscribe, and let's get started. Open your Telegram client on a computer or phone, and here in the search we type BotFather. We need this one, with the bot icon. We ignore all that imitate him. Click Start. Or you could write a start command if there was no button. Here it is proposed to create a new bot. Click New Bot. Now you need to give a name to your bot. We come up with a cool name. The main thing is that it should not be taken. Now you need to write a username for your bot, usually done in the same way, adding bot to the end. But it can be different, no problem. After the bot is successfully created, you have its token here. This is the API key. If necessary, the bot can be configured as we want. In order for the bot to work in inline mode, here you need to enable additional permission for it in the settings. Click on the paragraph Set Inline. Select a bot if you have several of them, for which to enable this setting. And now, it asks what will be displayed when the user enters the name of the bot inline. For example, to access this bot that has just been created, you need to put an @ here and enter its username. And when accessing this bot, what will be displayed here? Since our bot will display the search result on YouTube, we will write what to look for. Great! You can additionally set up a description and an avatar, and so on. To do this, select My Bots, and in the menu we see the settings for each of your bots. But we will not do this now. Everything is ready. We have a token, the inline mode is turned on. Wonderful! Now let's start creating our project. I will create a folder on the desktop to make it more convenient. I will name her MyBot. Open the folder with any editor or just create a file there. Create Python file. Let be app.py. And the first thing to do is install the necessary libraries. Start the terminal, and now, here, we write the command pip install aiogram. We will write a bot on this framework. It's the simplest, fastest, and best of all, it's asynchronous. That is, the bot will work very quickly on it and will withstand a very large traffic. After installing aiogram, a few more libraries need to be installed. The first one is python-dotenv. This is not required, but it will allow us to properly store the token. I will show several options for how to do this, so that it is convenient and works on any platform. Moreover, in this way, tokens and other important information are stored in Google Cloud and on servers, if you are going to deploy your bot to any server. Okay, now the second question. How will we get YouTube search results? Doing this with scraping is a bad idea. First, it's slow and it's not the main thing. You can use and do it right, YouTube API. But we will use a ready-made library written in Python, which called YouTube Search. Installing the last required module. Pip install YouTube-search. We close the terminal for now, and start writing code. And now let's create a bot step by step. From the aiogram library, you need class bot, class dispatcher, types. The necessary classes are stored here. Now we will consider this. Executor. Now we create a variable bot, in which we initialize the bot class. Next, we create a dispatcher variable in which we initialize the dispatcher class. Here you need to pass an argument, our bot. And we turn to executor. Choose the start polling option. Webhook is more suitable when running a bot on a server. Rewriting it is easy. If you are interested, leave your opinion in the comments, so that you would like to see about creating a Telegram bot. It is possible to create a whole tutorial that fully reveals all the functionality. So start polling. Here you need to pass the dispatcher. And in the skip updates parameter, pass the true value. Everything, you can make a test run of the bot. It remains only to pass the token here. As I said at the beginning, this can be done in several ways. An easy way is to create another Python file. Aim his config py. Create an ordinary variable token, and assign the token to it as a string. Open the Telegram again, and copy the bot token. Paste here as a string. And now in the main file we write the import file config. And pass the token to the bot class. Config.token. This example is good for testing, but it needs to be done right. This can be done if this is a test option, you just want to practice. It is correct to store such things in environment variables. I copy the token without quotes. I will delete this file, the example has already been shown. You need to create a file with the common name .env. In the file we write the variable token, without spaces, equals, and here we insert the token without quotes. It's essentially a text document, and it's a string. Save these changes and close it. We don't need to look there anymore. With this file, the .dotenv module will create an environment variable when our bot starts up. From there we will get the token. This is how it is done on servers. This is a more professional approach to it. We remove this line with import. And write a new import. From the .env module, we need the load.env function. And now we write it in our code and call it. Here you need to pass the path to this file. If it is located in the root directory with your project, then additionally import the find.env function. This function will find this file itself and return the path to it here. Let's write a function here and call it. Now, let's import the OS module. We need to read the token from the environment variable and pass the token to the bot. Therefore, from the OS module we call the function getEnv and write the name of the token environment variable as a string. Here it is, in this file. And now, the basis of our bot is ready. Let us run it. This message says that the bot is online, so everything is fine and there is no error. Let's write to him, since you named him here, in the same way we are looking for him here in the search. Here it is, our bot. Click Start. He's online, everything works, the message has been read. But he doesn't know anything yet. Let's fix this. We return to the editor. And here we create the first simple event handler. With aiogram this is done using decorators. We call to dispatcher.message-handler. Don't forget about braces, you need to call it. And since it's asynchronous framework, then we write an asynchronous function. Async def and any name for the function, let the name be help for the function. Here you need to write the message parameter. And be sure to specify the type annotation for the parameter. From types, we specify the class message. Great. This function will get any message that the user sends to our bot. The answer must be written using the await operator, as the function is asynchronous. Message.answer method. And we write what we want the bot to answer, for example hi. Let's check it out. Let's write something to bot again. The bot answers. And that means that we have no problems. Here, we can create, in this handler, a small chat logic. This is done very easily. Let's define the text variable here. We turn to the message event and get the text of the message from the user. Since the user can write a message with a capital letter, for example, he can write hello with a small letter and with a capital letter. This must be foreseen and all letters must be converted to lowercase. Excellent. And now we write simple conditions here. If the received message is in the list of example phrases, let's create a little list here. Let there be two values for the example. Lowercase hi and hello. In this case, the bot will answer. Await, message, dot, answer. And you hello. Now the second condition. Here you can write as many conditions as you need. But so that each time all the conditions in each if statement are not checked, you need to use the elif statement. And then if there is a match in the first condition, then the remaining conditions will not be checked. And rightly so, it makes it easier for your program to work. Elif, text, in. Again create list. Let there be help. Or whatever. Or info. In this case, we will write here a short reference on how to use the bot. And so on. You can make several such conditions for a simple dialogue. Let's check how it works. The bot is online, everything is fine. Let's write something for him. For example, with a capital hi, everything is fine, he answers. Even if we write like this, everything is translated to lower case. Now let's write help to him, he tells you how to use it. But he doesn't know how to do that yet. Let's go fix it. Let's deal directly with how to get a search result on YouTube. Despite the rules for coding, I will shift this a little. After all, this is a guide, and not a beauty contest. And it is desirable that the code be in front of screen. I will even do it like this for now. I will comment on this for now. We import the installed library with the help of which we will receive YouTube search results. It was installed at the beginning of the video. From YouTube search. Importing the YouTube search class. Everything seems to be simple here. Now let's define a function. So be it. Let's immediately write the text parameter for our request to YouTube. And now what do we need here? First, let's define the variable answer, in which we will call the YouTube search class. Then, the returned answer, there will be a list of dictionaries. I will show it now. We will return it to our code. And now, here you need to pass the text of the search query. And how many results will be issued? Max result 5, 10, 30, whatever, let's do 2 for the time being. And then we make a dictionary out of the answer, using the method of this class. Let's save the result of our request in a file so that we can look at it and understand how to work with it. It is convenient to write this into a file with the py extension. In it, the elements of the dictionary are highlighted. Let's store the result of the query in a variable. Let's run our function. Pass some request here, let it be like this. We will get the answer here in the form of a dictionary, and now it must be converted into a string here. We start and check. The file has been created. Here it is. Great, let's look into it. There is a dictionary of the answer. I will redo it a little so that it can be seen better. This dictionary has all the necessary information about the video, the ID of the video. It's easy to make a link from this video. There is also a link to the preview, the name of the video. In general, everything we need. Excellent. We remove the excess, we no longer need it. We already have this function ready. Let's change it here. Let there be 30 results so that user can scroll through the top video on demand. And so that the user has more choice. Now, we return the code of our bot. Let's remove the comment mark from the bot code. Probably in this way, yes, and let's do it. And now instead of message, we need inline handler. It is written in exactly the same way using a decorator. @dp.inlinehandler. Define an asynchronous function with any name. Its name doesn't matter. And now we need to write the query parameter. The bot call event in inline mode will be passed to it. Similarly, by analogy, a type annotation needs to be written here. Types.inline query. Great, actually half the job is already done. Here, we get the text of the request that the user will enter, right here. That is, the user can use this bot in a chat with any user, even with BotFather. Writes the name of this bot and a space. Right here, writes down the request. This is the request we need to catch, so we write the text variable. Query.query, and get this query. But the user may not enter anything right away, and therefore we still need to display some kind of query. We will write an OR operator and, for example, trends. Next. Now, we define the links variable, and return to it a list from dictionaries with the result of a query to YouTube, passing the query text from the user to the search function. Here we pass the value of the text variable. That is, if the user does not enter anything, the trends request will be passed there. If something enter, then his request will be passed there. Excellent. Now let's write the handler's answer to the event now. Operator await. And now everything is very similar. The framework aiogram is very simple. Await, query, answer, and the first argument is a list of articles, which we will now make from YouTube video links. Here it. Next, here we set cache time, that is, the period of relevance of the request. Thoughtful number 60, checked. And one more parameter, is personal, we pass true here. Excellent. Now we need to generate a list of these articles from the results of a YouTube search. I will show this in detail now, but keep in mind that in the code that will be shown now, you can put any results, for example, jokes, exchange rates, weather, GIF images, and so on. Let's declare the articles variable here. This will be the list that needs to be formed from the data in the links variable. We will use a list generator. For link in links, and into the link variable. We get a dictionary with information about each video. This is how it looks. To form the article, we use the class for this. Types, dot. Query result article. And now, you need to pass information about the video from the dictionary to the parameters of this class. As you can see, all the parameters that can be used are listed. There are parameters for links, icons, descriptions, and so on. Let's put it all in here. The first thing that is required is ID. In this case, it means the unique identifier of each article. Aiogram documentation says that you need to use the hashlib library in order to create a hash token as an identifier. And now here, we write the code for creating an identifier. This code is not written by me, it is in the aiogram documentation. And here you need to pass something unique, with regard to the video. And each YouTube video is unique, this is its identifier. This is necessary so that the Telegram can distinguish articles from each other by a unique ID. A hash string will be formed, something like this it looks like, but this does not matter to us. Here we write the F string and from the dictionary in the link variable. We get the value of the ID key. This is how it looks, so we get this identifier by the ID key. Now it is necessary here, this string to encode. It's ready. Now the next thing we need is title parameter, in which you need to pass the name of the video. From the link variable, by the title key, we get the title of the video. Now in the URL parameter, you need to pass the URL of the video. It needs to be generated from YouTube URL and add ID video as a parameter. Here we write URL, video viewing pages. And as key ID video. This can be viewed in the browser. Now when you see this video, look at the URL pages in the browser. The same should be done here as well. Video. And here we pass this video identifier. From link variable, we get the value of the ID key. Now let's add a video preview, so that the video icon is displayed. A link to the icon can be specified in the thumb URL parameter. We get our link in the same way. The URL of the image is located by the key thumbnails. The key contains a list, so we specify the index 0. Here it is, the first value is the link to the video preview. Here again in f-string. You can do it however you like, but I like them. The key was written down, there is a list, and by index 0 we get this value. I wrote an extra parenthesis, and I forgot that here, double quotes in f-strings need to be changed to single ones. And call the encode method. As someone said, who is not mistaken, he is not mistaken. And the last argument that needs to be written here. Input message content, which will be sent to the chat when the user taps on the video. The name speaks for itself. But here we need create a container so that the link is displayed as content. We use a class from types. Input text message content. I'll move the line to a new line. Text parameter, paste the video link. It is ready, I copy. Let's make the code look nicer. And now let's run the bot and check if I wrote everything correctly with my crooked fingers. Successfully, bot is online. And now let's write something to him. We turn to him in any chat, as this is an inline bot. And write his name. And he immediately asks what to look for. If you don't write anything, then by default the result is displayed, for this request, trends. There will be 30 of them. We click on any, and a link to the video is sent to the chat. Please note, as soon as the user has written to him at least once, as soon as the sign is entered, the name of the bot is immediately displayed. And you can write video search queries on YouTube. I'll write something. So be it. And 30 results are displayed. The number of results can be changed in this line. 30, 2, 1, 50, it doesn't matter, it will work. Thus, the user can easily share the video. I'll try to find something more difficult. I'll try to find a specific video that I want to share. I write the name of the channel. And the context of the video, and YouTube itself will understand what I want to find. Here is the video I wanted to share. How to install Python on a flash drive, video on my channel. Our bot is ready and you can share videos with any users or write to the bot in a chat. You can easily improve the bot by adding or improving the chat features. You can do a lot of cool things, like add machine learning for complex dialogues, and so on. This video has come to the end. Some famous guy was with you. Subscribe to the channel and leave your opinion about this video in the comments. Until the next videos, bye.